What's going on, guys? This is JJ here, and I wanted to talk today about a camera that I feel goes overlooked, especially when talking about an entry-level way to get, or rather an inexpensive way to get into film photography, because there's no such thing as entry-level. Like, film is film. Um, when I was looking for my first film camera, I realized that many of the options on eBay, because I don't live next to a flea market or a thriving film scene. That's not true, not anymore at least. But back in 2018, there wasn't much going on in terms of buying and selling locally. So my options were Mercari and eBay and Amazon to an extent, but that wasn't a good option either. So eBay, really. And I was hunting for a long time, and everyone always cites the Pentax K1000 as like the beginner camera, beginner film camera. And I was like, okay, let's look at the prices for K1000s. And I looked, and it goes from like $15 to maybe 50, right? And I was like, that's great. But upon closer looks on all the searches, I look, and there's really, really beat up K1000s. And I was like, wow, I'm really taking a gamble here. If I choose one of these rusted out monsters, because every black and white student at a campus uses a K1000. So I was looking for something with a similar mount, so like M42 mount or K mount, something universal, right? And I came across this camera, and this is it here. It's the Fujica ST701, and this variant goes on even to the 801 and the 901, which is just newer versions of the same thing, some with batteries, some without. This camera, you can have a battery in it for the sensor. I don't trust it, so I just learned Sony 16, and it works. Everything's mechanical. It shoots, and so probably the best part about it is the fact that it's still M42 mount. So I was able to find some really nice lenses for it, for maybe not on the cheap anymore, but what was relatively inexpensive then. And so shoots bulb to 1/1000th of a second. So, and everything, I haven't tried maybe 1/4 of a second, right? But everything in the higher shutter speeds works. And I guess the cameras that you'll find on eBay, they'll be selling the silver version, not the black version. I paid a premium on this one, but the silver version, from anywhere for 50 to $100. But this comes with mostly good, decent quality cameras. Like the build quality on this thing is fantastic, and you put a half case on there to deal with the light leaks if there are any, and you put a strap on here. Here I have a rope strap because, again, shout out to kingjvpes, but I like the aesthetic, and it's very pretty. I know that's not the reason that you pick up a camera, but you don't feel awkward moving around with it, and it just has a very similar build to the K1000. The real just plus is the fact that they're probably in better quality, simply because they're not as used on the used market. So it's my one thing today. So look out for these Fujicas, and they range from pretty good prices. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. You know what? I'll probably show some. Yeah, I'll show some of the pictures that I've taken with this thing, especially in the last few months. Sorry, last year. In the last year, I'll share some of those photos, just to give you I don't know, because it's really up to the film and the lenses that you put on there. I'll put all those stats in the descriptions for the pictures. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So, boom. Let me